No hyperbole, no exaggeration, guys. I really do believe something is about to happen.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
All right, some quick news for you guys. I cannot pass on this one. Okay, I had to talk to you about it. So there's some big news coming out of Atlanta, thus big news coming out of San Antonio as well, and it happened at a very strange time. The timing of it is very strange. Now, before we talk about this, if you guys want to support the channel, man, head on over to Spurs Invasion. That's my second channel in which I'll be doing more edited content, scripted content. And I have one video on the channel already, but I'll be working on the second one this weekend. And I'm taking all of the constructive criticism that I read on this one, and I'm going to apply it to the next one. We're going to grow, and we're going to grow, and we're going to grow, and we're going to grow. And this is going to be a huge channel, okay? I believe in it. So if you guys want to go support that, if that's more your tea, and if you just catch some videos on this channel but you more so like the scripted edited stuff, head on over to Spurs Invasion, link right underneath this video. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at a few things. So first and foremost, let's get this out of the way. So yes, Deonte Murray has been traded for, if you guys are curious, the Hawks got Larry Nance Jr., Dyson Daniels, 2025 and a 2027 first round pick. So the 2025 is going to be very good for them, especially since they don't have their own right now, and I'm pretty sure that's what they were going for. And when it pertains to Dyson Daniels, I am a believer of him, but right now, as it stands, the player that he is and the player that Larry Nance Jr. is, I'm going to make the assumption that the Atlanta Hawks wanted to get more for Deonte Murray. Now, this is where things get interesting, though, because the Atlanta Hawks trading Deonte, it was a lot, and there were a lot of different articles saying that Trey Young doesn't have as much value as Deonte Murray. I still don't believe that, but if that's what's being rumored around, if they were to trade Deonte Murray and they got 2025, 2027 Larry Nance and Dyson Daniels, then if they tried to move Trey Young, what the heck would you get, right? Like what would you get? And Larry Nance and Dyson Daniels, as far as right now, the players that they are, that is not the equal value of Deonte Murray. So what this tells me is that the Atlanta Hawks are definitely going into blow it up mode, right? We're just going to blow this thing up. Now, if they were to go in that mode of blowing things up, they're going to have to deal with the San Antonio Spurs, right? Like, that's their best bet if you want to rebuild. You would have a 2025, you have your own 2025, you have your future back that the Spurs are holding on to, and you can try to make something happen and just completely rebuild. So in my opinion, I think that it's solely in our corner. Now, they can go a different direction if they may, but at that point, they're leaning on how other teams are going to do, right? Rather than having control of their own destiny, just like how the San Antonio Spurs have it for themselves right now. Now, this is what's interesting, though. This right here. So the San Antonio Spurs and guard Devonte Graham are moving the guaranteed deal on this contract back to July 8th. So you can see here, he has 2.85 million of his 12.65 million salary already guaranteed for 2024-25. The rest was set to guarantee on July 1st, and now that's pushed back a week. I think what the Spurs are doing is trying to see what they could get for Devonte Graham, or how does it look? What does the landscape look like? Are you going to use that money to try to fill out your roster? Are you going to try to match with someone else? Are you going to just pass off that contract to another team, and that's a little bit more enticing for them, where maybe they don't have to have that guaranteed, let them go? I have no idea. But what I do think undoubtedly is that the Spurs are weighing out their options right now, and with this huge trade with Deonte Murray and them not getting a ton back, and there being a lot of rumors that he's worth more than Trey Young, I would not be surprised by any means if the Spurs could potentially make something happen. Now, let me say this, okay? Because I already know you already commented, right? There's plenty of people in the comments right now saying, Clan, I don't want Trey Young, leave him. I don't care for him. I don't want him on my team. And that's totally fine, okay? This is not one of those situations where, you guys know I will get frustrated and upset and I will argue my point and die on a hill at times if I disagree. But the funny thing about this situation right here, I don't disagree with any Spurs fan right now. The Spurs fans that are saying, I want Trey Young, I'm with you. I get it, right? I think that he fits with the team. I think that he would even fit with Stephon Castle. I wouldn't worry about that too much. Nunez, we all know that he could potentially down the line. He got to work on his defense, but down the line, he could be a backup point guard. We can work with him there. You know, that's going to take some time. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. So if you don't want, or if you want Trey Young, I'm with you. Like that's cool. But if you don't want Trey Young, I'm with you too, because 2025's draft is absolutely insane. Okay, it is really impressive. So you could very well go either way, but I think the Spurs are in a win-win scenario. And just to add a little bit more gasoline to the flames, okay, this right here, I think that this is even more telling, right? Everyone that's so upset about the Spurs moving that number 8 pick, I'm a firm believer, and you guys know, you can see my reaction live. I was a little confused with getting Rob Dillingham, but I was like, okay, then that means that Malachi is automatically gone. Blake Wesley's probably gone. Like I was a little confused. I was like, okay, you got 2-point Rob Dillingham's more like a shooting guard. You usually don't like these small guys, but okay, I was gonna accept it. But once they traded him, after we sleep on it a little bit, it makes a lot of sense, right? You got the 2030 pick swap, I believe, and then 2031 first round unprotected pick. And at that point, you don't know what the Timberwolves are going to look like, right? Like they're going to be much older. Cat's going to be older. Is Rudy Gobert still going to be there? He'll be much older. You don't know. They could very well be falling apart at that point. So worst case scenario, we potentially get a pretty decent pick later down the line. But the most likely scenario, and why I think that this is enticing, is that with all of this craziness going on right now, the Spurs could use that pick as well, right? They could use that future 2030, 2031, especially if the Atlanta Hawks are like, hey, we're going in full on rebuild mode. Now, the Spurs right now, we're still in rebuild mode, as far as adding players to the team, but we're further ahead. I mean, I hate to say it. I'm sorry, Atlanta Hawks fans, but the Spurs are further ahead in creating a winning team than the Atlanta Hawks are right now. The Atlanta Hawks are kind of in mediocrity right now. They're going to have to make something happen. So like I said, it's a win-win, but I really do believe something is about to happen. I could be completely wrong. All right, maybe all this, it amounts to nothing really, but the Spurs have a lot of cap space. They can make something happen, and I would not be shocked by any means if all this comes down to adding some big piece to San Antonio. But like I said, you can wait it out. And there's a few people that I saw this, like a few people are like, is there any way to get Trey Young without giving away their 2025? No. There's no way we get Trey Young. I mean, then what's the point for the Atlanta Hawks at that point? There's no point in getting Trey Young and they can't get like their picks back. Like that, I don't think that'll be on. And then the Spurs fleeced a lot of teams. Okay, I think Brian Wright has been doing a phenomenal job. I know it's really hard to have foresight and say, okay, this will turn to this, this turns to this. We don't know, right? Stephon Castle could be a bust. I don't think he will be. But it's possible. Anything's possible, right? I mean, no one thought that the Joshua Primo would go down. That thing would go down the way that went down. That was terrible. So you never know. But as it stands, and other successful GMs have gone, this is the way that they go. You stockpile picks. You get your future, Hall of Famer if you can get one. We got lucky again, and you grow from there. So I think we've been doing a great job as a franchise, and I'm really excited. But all of this news, it has to be coming to something. Like this is just too weird. The timing of it, I don't know. But I'm hard pressed to not believe. I'm hard pressed to believe that the Spurs aren't talking to the Atlanta Hawks on the phone right now as I'm recording this video. So anyways, I'll give it to you guys later, man. Just wanted to bring this to your attention. Let me know what you think about it. Please go subscribe to Spurs Invasion. Link is right below underneath this video. And like I said, I'm going to have something ready this weekend. I'm going to start working on it tomorrow. I got the script ready and everything. I just have to, record and edit a video. And that takes quite a few hours, but it's fun. I enjoy doing it. Anyways, I'll give it to you guys later, man. Until next time. Bye. Bye.